And we also speak about these things, right? Like imposter syndrome being a significant challenge among the youngsters. Like they have all the talents within themselves, but they feel that they're not good enough. They're not fit for the role that they are in. So there is a lot of imposter syndrome among youngsters these days. So how do we tackle those thoughts? Like they feel that they're incompetent at sometimes, but they are good, they're highly talented. So how would you advise those youngsters that they're feeling they're incompetent?
So we have to understand the two parts of our mind. One part of our mind is the happening part, is the natural part. We are not creating, we are not, for if any bad thought or anything, we are not creating it, it's happening. So the happening part is the part of the God, part of the child. So it is a natural one. So we have to understand what is natural within our mind, what is artificial within our mind. So something it is artificial, something is manual. So what is manual? Where is the scope for our duty? Where is the scope for our work? We can take it in our hand. But here it is the happening part. So we should not question the happening part. Happening part, we have to give total freedom to the happening part. So in the psychologically, the happening part must be given total freedom. It will go away naturally. But our concern must be only the doing part. The doing part alone must be in our hand. The doing part is only the external world. The external work alone is come to the doing part, doing classification. But in the psychological world, whatever comes, it is the happening part, it is a natural part, where we have no work at all. So we need not, so the division alone is enough. What is happening part, what is the doing part? If you understand the division between the happening part and the doing part, then there is no problem. So our concern only is related to the doing part. The happening part must be given total freedom to that. Whatever happen, let it happen. It will go away naturally, because whatever happen, the recognition of the happening thing, only it is the removal of the thing, the disappearance of the thing alone, we understand that it has happened like this. So we need not worry about that. The happening part is a natural thing. The happening part is the innocent state. But the doing part, you may use our intellect. Intellect is a cunning thing. The cunningness alone is related to the doing thing. You can try to you can concentrate upon the success and everything. You may avoid failure. You may be cunning like that. You may intellectually. For in the doing part, you can apply your intellect and everything and get success. But in the psychological world, if you entrust your cunningness and the calculation and intellect, that is a struggle within you. So the happening must be given total freedom. So if you do any work there, it is a total problem there will be there. There should not be any remedy from the problem.
So this psychological treatments like stress management, anger management, all these things are useless then.
Everything is useless. So you have to understand that is we have to come to conclusion. It is natural. We have to allow the natural happening of some whatever may be. It may be look like some unnecessary thing. It may be look like a lunatic thing. It may be look like a unnecessary thing. Let it be. So we have to give total freedom to that. If you give total freedom to that, then only it is the innocent state. The innocent state means the natural state. So whatever comes within our mind, that must be natural. But in the external world, it may be artificial. We can select something, we can design something. The designing is related to the external world. All designing is good. All intellectual approach is good. Then only success is possible. But psychologically, we should not expect any success. So submission alone is good. In the olden days, the God concept and surrender to the God, everything is only to the psychological aspect. Psychological aspect means we have to entrust everything in the hands of God. The external work, we should not entrust the external work in the hands of God. That you have to do. But in the psychological world, you have to entrust the total world in the total thing into the hands of God, or you surrender everything in the hands of God.
It is happening the vice versa, right? We are surrendering ourselves to the God to focus on our external world, And we are doing everything to focus on our internal world. So whatever we can do to focus on, that's how it's happening predominantly, right?
So first of all, we have to divide the happening part and doing part, the psychological part and physical part. The physical part we have work. In the doing part, we have some work. But in the happening part and the psychological part, freedom alone must be there. There should not be any work. Our intellect is, we have to totally free from our intellect. No wisdom to be successful. Our wisdom, our intellect is successful in the external world, in the doing world, in the physical world. But in the psychological world, failure alone is the great success. In the external world, success is success. But in the psychological world, failure alone is the success. We have to accept our failure. We have to accept our incapability. We have to go along with what is happening. We have to accept everything is as a natural thing, everything is a godly thing, everything is a great thing. We should not discriminate anything psychologically. Psychologically, everything is good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Master, for